Okay, so ever since I activated the option to have members on this channel, I've been posting videos for those people first. This one today, I have to post for everyone at once, since we gotta talk about comment etiquette. I know, an insane thing to say on YouTube. Blah blah blah, free speech, we all have opinions, we can all say whatever we want, whenever we want, but last week I posted a short showing some editing magic that happened in last week's episode of All Stars 10, where a critique given to Ginger, or rather a compliment given to Ginger, was shown as having been told to Denali. Take a look.
I had an absolute blast.
It looked like it.
Thank you so much. Yeah, this is where I thrive.
It showed tonight. Star quality, it was all there.
Thank you so much.
It was hilarious. You know, what Jamal was talking about, that sexiness, it's the confidence. That's what it was. Showed tonight. Star quality, it was all...
The point of this video was the editing was done in favor of Denali, and yet the comments of the video were most in line with saying poor Denali, or being negative to Ginger. What I'm going to discuss in this video is a possible spoiler for All Stars 10, especially for episode 9's results, which has not come out yet. So if you, like me, don't care about spoilers and want to enjoy the show, I will see you for Saturday's video. But before we continue, I just want to say that if you would like to help the channel, since YouTube hates its creators, you can like this video or dislike it for all I care. Leave a comment and, of course, make sure you're subscribed. You can also become a member of the channel like all of these lovely people here who have become members, and I'm very thankful for them. Usually, yeah, they would have seen this video before the rest of you, but like I said, this is a special case, but they already have other videos, some exclusive videos, some early access videos to watch, and yeah, let's get back to the video. Ever since I started creating videos about Drag Race, I've made it clear that I'm analyzing the show and its storytelling, judging, and editing. That's pretty much my bread and butter, and I would say that I'm pretty good at reading into the edit and explaining why it is the way it is. One of the reasons why I took a 2-ish year break from regular posting and from the main franchise in general is because the editing and the storytelling of VH1 seasons of Drag Race had been painfully bad. They started off well with season 9, 10, and 11. There were some blunders, but it was good overall. But due to many circumstances surrounding season 12, the storytelling of that season is nonsensical. Season 13 went a different route and forced storylines and archetypes to the point where I more or less was able to predict exactly how each queen's story was going to pan out in the season before the season had even aired. Season 14's editing is awful, and I stand by saying that it's the worst season of the main franchise. All Stars editing was not much better, since they focused more on forcing storylines onto forced winners, rather than focusing on much better winner options. Take this to Reddit and assume what I meant by these pictures. Please. However, the MTV seasons have had much better editing and storytelling, to the point where Season 16 and All Stars 10 feel like old school seasons, well, not fully, but somewhat. And I would consider Season 16 to be in the top 10, definitely. I wouldn't really go as far as saying top 5, but it's definitely up there. It's a good season. And All Stars 10 so far has been a top 3 All-Star season, for me. Partially this is because these MTV seasons are very good at telegraphing what might happen. In my reviews of All Stars 10's episodes, I mentioned certain bits of editing and storytelling that the production put into the episodes that made me get certain ideas about what's going to happen in the competition. And I will play you these clips now. Now, speaking of the episode and the edit and everything, I might be reading too much into the edit, but in the beginning of the episode, after the cold open, Denali says that she's reminded of ice skating competitions with how the points are shown with the names of the queens. And then later on, she says that this format is more about friendship and strategy rather than pure skill. And she explicitly talks about, quote unquote, someone not making it into the semifinals, meaning into the top 9. Is this the production telling us that the format is going to screw Denali out of placing into the top 9? That somebody will advance into the top 9 because of the Say 4's points? When it should have been Denali based on, competition wins? I hope I'm wrong, but the foreshadowing seems to be a little too obvious. But starting off in the cold open, why is Cynthia narrating the cold open? Why is she explaining the episode mechanics to us?
Like, I see you producers, I know what you're doing. They're setting us up for something with Cynthia. Based on what they showed us in the last episode, I am guessing that she's going to go into the top 9 over Denali because, of the twist of the bottom 4 queens giving each other points. And like, if you know the answer, don't spoil me, don't tell me, like, if that's what's going to happen, but, like, the editing is definitely interesting.
Again, I don't know if this is going to happen, but if it does happen, the production telegraphed it really well. Whenever I would get things right with my predictions, there are always people in the comments saying, just say that you read the spoilers, or stop pretending you don't read the spoilers. Listen, I don't get any benefits from quote-unquote pretending not to read spoilers. Are people patting me on the back for that? Am I getting more views, more money? Hell no! People that read spoilers and then report on them get more clicks. Me not reading spoilers is a net negative decision for the business that is YouTube. It's amazing to me that so many people expose themselves like this. First, they expose that they read the spoilers. Then, they expose that my prediction was correct, even though I did not ask anyone to verify it. Next, they expose the fact that they cannot fathom the fact that someone would watch a TV show and be able to pick up on clues that the production gives us. And I know this for a fact, because the editing mistake I showed in that short that sparked this whole video is a mistake that you would not have caught had you not been watching the screen. And in recent years, there has been a rise in people, especially younger people, passively watching movies and TV shows, meaning that they are on their phone or doing something else while watching or while listening to what they're supposed to be watching, that they're not actually watching. This is, of course, because of overstimulation and dopamine addiction, and to an extent, I do feel sympathy for these people because they are victims of marketing, app design, and app algorithms. But then, some of them purposely choose to ruin the experience of anyone, so my sympathy runs out. Just get off that fucking phone! Shows and movies in the past couple of years have needed to add overt narration next to scenes or while the scenes are happening because people don't watch and they don't pay attention to them, and that's why Drag Race can get away with this type of editing nonsense. Please, stop being passive consumers of media. Touch some grass and stop posting spoilers for people that don't want to read them. When I originally posted that short, there were so many comments of people saying, "Oh, poor Denali." And I was like, what do you mean, poor Denali? This specific thing that you just watched goes against the Ginger and in favor of Denali. But you see Denali as the victim? So I realized, okay, my prediction from before was right. Denali is not going to make it into the top 9, and I am assuming that there is so much animosity against Ginger because she wins the season? Or something like that? Obviously, I deleted those comments then because I did not want other people to get spoiled. And then I pinned this comment to get people to stop posting those comments. And then people reply to that as if I was in the wrong here. Like, genuinely, as a creator on here, if you don't respond to stupidity, the stupidity rises to the top and is like the most liked comment. And if you respond to it, oh my god, you fell for someone's provocation. Like, you can't win here. It's even worse when people make stuff up just to get likes. Genuinely, shut the fuck up. I love that you'll consider me negative because I point out possible flaws in the show's format, editing, and judging, and I admit when I'm wrong, but y'all have been hating on Georges and Ginger since the season had started, only because allegedly it's their 4th time on. Okay, and? Have the brackets and the challenges been designed to help Georges and Ginger advance into the top 9? Absolutely they have. We're watching a TV show, remember that. Of course they will want Georges in the lip-syncing finale, and of course they would want Ginger, the person who almost won 2 seasons, and who should have won All-Star 6, who's a strong competitor, a great confessional, and a great character, to spend as much time in the season as possible. How is it that you people pick and choose who you're going to be mad over when it comes to favoritism? I'm tired of y'all, and this heat, as you can see, is getting to me. So, to end this video, please, don't spoil shit under videos or posts where people don't want to be spoiled. This is why I delete comments. I delete spoilers, I delete twisting of words, and stupidity. Because These are my videos. I want the discussion under them to actually be productive and something that I would want to go back to and read, and not social media activism and 6-second attention span level discourse. Thank you for watching.